Hello and welcome to another video. My name's Deb and this is Debsbeeing, and today we're talking dryer balls. Specifically, we're talking about wool dryer balls. A few weeks ago, my sister's coworker gave us a pile of clothes, and in it was a lovely purple sweater that was made out of 100% wool. And I promptly put it in the wash because I wanted to clean it, and then I forgot about it. So I put it in the wash with the rest of my clothes, and it was washed in hot water and it went through the dryer, and I shrunk it. And I thought this was the perfect opportunity to try to make my own recycled dryer balls out of this beautiful purple sweater so that it wouldn't be wasted. I researched dryer balls a bit, and I found out that the reason that they were so widely praised was because they reduce drying time, because they absorb the moisture of the clothes and then slowly release it back into the dryer as the drying process goes on. And this reduces wrinkles as well as drying time. They are also said to reduce static, and they collect the hair as well, which is really important to me because I have a lot of cats. And cats are furry, and I don't like having fur on my clothes. So I made the dryer balls out of this wool sweater, this lovely purple wool sweater, and it worked really well. So I thought I'd make a video tutorial for y'all to see how to make them yourself, and also so that I can make a few for Christmas presents for my loved ones this year. So here's the process that I went through to make my own upcycled wool dryer balls. I found this sweater at the thrift store for around 75 cents. It is important that the sweater is 100% wool with a tight knit. I put it through the washer on hot and then the dryer on high, and I was left with a smaller felted sweater. Use something round as a guide. I used a candle roughly 4 inches across and cut around it through both layers of the sweater. Use this circle as a guide to cut out 3 more sets of circles for a total of 8 circles. You can see how solid this fabric is. It has truly felted. Once my circles were cut, I cut off the sleeves. And the neck ribbing. And the waist ribbing. Then I cut all of the remaining fabric except for the sleeves into the strips. Taking a circle, I stuffed it with the strips. Then I folded it in half taco style and sewed 4 or 5 anchoring stitches. Turning the circle 180 degrees, I folded it in half again and again secured these edges with a few anchoring stitches. I continued this method until I had no loose flaps left. I cut the string and the ball was done for now. Repeat this process with all the 7 remaining circles, stuffing them with strips and gathering the edges into the middle. Once all 8 balls are sewn, we want to felt them again so that they stay in the shape and don't fall apart. To do this, grab a pair of knee-high socks and stuff a ball into the toe. Knot this tightly above the ball, then repeat 2 more times. Once the 4th ball is in the sock, tie the top edge with string. Repeat this with the other sock. Wash these with your clothes 3 or 4 times, putting them through the washer and the dryer. Once done, you can cut the string and undo the knots to release the dryer balls. That's how I made dryer balls from a wool sweater that I found at the thrift store. I went to the thrift store with the sole purpose of finding an 100% wool sweater, and I succeeded, but the great part was they were having a bag sale, so I got a whole plastic bag's worth of clothing for $5. So this sweater probably worked out to be about 75 cents. I have used these wool dryer balls on a few occasions. I don't do laundry that often. I do laundry about once a week, and that's enough for me. But these are the conclusions that I have come to. I have found that they don't reduce static that much, but I may have had a flawed test for that because I had silk and wool in the dryer together, and I feel like that causes static electricity. But maybe I'm just remembering high school science wrong. They do absorb some of the fur from animals off of my clothes, but not as much as I would need. But they do definitely reduce drying time, which to me in itself is enough reason to use them. Because if you're reducing your drying time, you're also reducing the amount of electricity that you're using and the amount of time that you're using on laundry. For example, for myself, when I would put my laundry in the dryer, I would set it through a whole cycle, and then I'd have to go back and set it for another cycle, and it would take about an hour and a half to dry my clothes. Now I just need to do the one cycle, and then my clothes are dry every time. So the dryer balls really help reducing drying time, which to me is an excellent reason to use them. I got this sweater for 75 cents, and with this material, which I really enjoyed working with, felted wool is a joy to work with. It is so easy. Anyway, I got this wool sweater, and I didn't use the sleeves at all, so I didn't use the sleeves at all for the dryer balls, so I used that leftover material to make myself a pair of wool mittens and a lovely pouch. So for 75 cents, I got 8 dryer balls, a pair of wool mittens, and a pouch, and that is an excellent price. So I highly recommend you make yourself a set of wool dryer balls. They make an excellent present for Christmas or birthdays, and they don't take much of your time, and they save you a lot of time in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting and that you learned something. I certainly did in this process. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!